Hi guys, this is Kayla.
And this is Becky, and we're with a couple of these read, and we like to review books.
And wine. So what is our weekly wine, Becky?
Well, I chose this wine specifically because of the book I'm reviewing. Okay. The book I'm reviewing is called The Magic of Lemon Drop Pie. Lemon being the key here. And this is Dove Hunt Dog Sauvignon Blanc. And once you taste it, you'll know why I chose it to go with our weekly review. It smells very fresh.
Oh my goodness.
What do you get a hint of?
Definitely a hint of lemon.
Yes, that's it. It
Is
has
there pear as well?
Yes, and pineapple, a little pineapple.
I knew there was some, and you know how I love pineapple.
Yes, peach, and a lemongrass as well. So it
smells like summer.
Yes, that's exactly what it smells like. I think so. Very nice, crisp. So if you like Sauvignon Blanc and you like a nice, crisp, fresh tasting wine, then this is the bottle for you. And if you're a first-time Scout and Cellar customer, you get 15% off. So it's welcome 15. So, click on our link and try a bottle, see what you think. And of course, as I said, we also have lemon pie.
Yeah.
I brought that just to go along with. I loved this book. Now, this is not a book of the month, and it's not an aardvark selection. I was just looking up. I can't remember which book I was actually looking for, and it says, well, you like this, so you may like this. And so this popped up, and I read it.
Good old Amazon recommendations.
Yes, and so I read it, and it had, the author is Rachel Linden, and it had a blurb from Debbie McComber. So I know a lot of people will know her. I love her books. Also Patty Callahan. Yes.
So basically all the Friends of Fiction.
Friends of Fiction, yes, because so did Kathy Harvey. So, they really liked this book. And I thought, well, I like their books, and I figured if they liked it, I'd like it. And I absolutely loved it. And it's about a family, and the daughter is away at college, and she has a much younger sister, and her mom and dad run a diner that her grandparents had opened way back in the 30s or 40s, and her mom has an accident. Her mother is crossing the street, and someone runs a red light and hits her mother, and so they call her in, and their specialty at the diner is lemon pie. And she goes home from college, and she literally just kind of ends her college career because her mother, does pass away. But on her deathbed, her mother, they never wrote the lemon pie recipe down. It's always been passed down from mother to daughter, mother to daughter, mother to daughter. And in the last hours of her life, she made her daughter sit there and learn the recipe, and she made her repeat it back over and over and over again until she got it right. And were a couple of special secrets to the pie that made it taste different, and you'll have to read to find out what those are. I'm not going to tell you, but I have as you can see, I marked up the book a little bit, because it was such even though there was a lot of sadness and turmoil and things, like she ends up the love of her life, she ends up breaking up with him, and it's just devastating to her and him and their families and everything. But I'm not going to tell you why and all that, because that's part of what makes the book so wonderful. and she has this quirky aunt that is 80 years old, and all this stuff. The diner's not doing well. Her sister is now older. This is like 10 years later. All this happens. Her mother dies when she's like 23, and then she's about to celebrate her 33rd birthday, and she's looking in something. Her sister finds this box, and it has her like junior high diary in it, and in there, her things are she wants to open she wants to live in another country. She wants to open her own restaurant. She wants to fall in love. She wants to do all these things. And she's like, I'm 33 and I've done none of these things, and she just gets real depressed, and the diner's not doing well. And she's like, I've given up everything. Her sister's in college and all this stuff. I've sacrificed everything. And now, what have I sacrificed it for? Because nothing is working out. And so, but her aunt comes up and she says, look, it's like this. Like a professor that I had in mythology, and he said, no matter the circumstances in your life, you must follow your bliss. She said, that sounds like a label on a yogurt can. She said, what are you talking about? And so she goes on to explain, you have to find, what is your bliss? What is your passion? That's the way I took it. And she said, well, you sound like, that sounds like something that you find in a fortune cookie. And she says, well, sometimes fortune cookies give you good advice. So they kind of go back and forth over it. And she says, remember that. She says, well, it's like you're talking about happiness. She says, no, following your bliss is totally different than following happiness. So she said, you really can't follow happiness, because happiness occurs in a certain type of circumstance in your life, and you're happy or you're sad or you're stressed or you're this, but it doesn't matter what your circumstance is if you are following your bliss. So she said the way you do that is you have to be honest with yourself about everything. Then you have to pay attention to what's going on in your life. You have to pay attention to those around you, and you have to pay attention to what's happened, what got you where you are, and what would get you where you want to go. And then you have to seek joy. And when I heard the phrase follow your bliss, if you read the Bible, it talks about joy, the joy of the Lord. And, there's so many places in there, because I've researched several different verses about joy. And joy is different than happiness. Happiness is based on circumstances, but joy is based on the way you look at life. And so that is it. You follow your bliss, you follow your joy. And what gives you joy? It doesn't matter if I'm having a bad day or if I don't feel well. When my two grandbabies walk in the door with big smiles and they're going, hey, Nanny! I mean, that brings me great joy. And so it doesn't matter what the circumstance of my life is at the time. That is joy. That is my bliss. And so I loved it. It was a very positive book. It has a little magical realism in it.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not going to tell you what that's about, because you need to read it, because I found that very, very interesting. And it does stem from Aunt Gert, the quirky little ant here. So I would say this book is so much worth the read. And Rachel, thank you for a true gem of a book. And I would pick it up and read it, because it's definitely 5 stars. If you're having a bad time in your life, pick it up and read it, because it'll make you feel better. I promise. Okay. So anyway, order a bottle of wine, sit down, read a good book,
and eat some lemon drop pie, because this is delicious.
Yeah.
Have you tried it yet?
No.
It's actually really good.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.